Welcome to part 2 of our live training session here at their LS Supercharged Swap 944 Porsche. In our last video, we created our base calibration file. It was specific to the modifications that have been done to this vehicle. This video, we're going to get our engine fired up and running and learn how to tune our idle control, our fuel and spark timing in idle conditions, and also making sure the engine can crank, fire up, and run on its own. These are the first steps in getting started using your Holley system to make sure that you can move on to doing the part throttle tuning and then into the full throttle tuning. We have a lot to learn, so let's jump into our live training session so we can get started.
Welcome back to our live training session here at their LS swapped 944 Porsche. In the last video, we created our base calibration file. This video, we're going to be uploading that file to the ECU, doing a basic sensor check, making sure all of the sensor data is working properly. Then we're going to go in and get the engine fired off and running and go through the idle control process and doing also some fuel tuning and some spark timing tuning within the idle conditions. We need to make sure we hold a solid idle and the engine's able to start up and hold its own idle. This is all very important because it leads us into the next portion of our calibration and training. That's going to be into the part throttle cruise area of operation. That's going to be in the next video. So we need to make sure that we have this nailed down the best that we can. First thing I want to do is upload the file that we've created in that last video to the Dominator box so we can begin the process. What I'm going to do is jump in here to Open Global File. We're going to go in here. I have the different files, the folders within the file structures within the library here. We have EPA 944 LS. That's what we've created in the last video. That folder, and then the file itself is going to be base map. We're going to click Open here and allow that to open. Now the next process is here. We're going to go and establish the sync process to send the file to the ECU. Now, in this particular case, I have the Dominator USB cable plugged into the Dominator, plugged into my laptop. The key is powered on in the car. The engine is not running. So we need to go and upload the file. We're ready to go for that. We're going to jump in here into the sync with ECU. It's going to find that nothing here is going to be the same. It's not going to be matching anything. So we're going to go and say send to ECU, and we're going to be sending all of the individual packets of information, all the different ICFs here that we've created, and sending them into the ECU. So it's going to upload essentially the base map that we've created. It's almost done here. We'll allow that to finish off, and we can see right now it has completed. Let's click OK. The next thing that we need to do is complete the TPS Auto Set. Anytime you've uploaded a new calibration file to the ECU, we need to go in and do that. That's going to be essentially setting the minimum and maximum throttle position. It's going to be important that we do this. If we don't, it won't fire the coil and injectors, and the engine actually won't fire and start. So let's go ahead and take care of that right now. We jump in here back into the Sync with ECU button, go down here, and we go to TPS Auto Set. It's going to say that please ensure that you've performed an ignition cycle prior to performing the TPS Auto Set, which we have not. So let's go click cancel here, and let me go turn the power down here. Let me turn the key down on the car, and then I'm going to go ahead and power the ECU back on again here. You can hear the fuel pump prime right there after we've just uploaded the ECU. And now we're going to go do that. Now we're going to go back into the TPS Auto Set, and now we have performed an ignition cycle, or cycling the power to the box. Click OK. Make sure that the ignition is on and the engine's not started. When you're ready, click to begin start, which we're ready to go here. Click start. We need to go and press the accelerator pedal slowly to the floor twice. Let me go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to go all the way to the floor, come all the way up, go all the way to the floor here, and come all the way up. And now click done. And we see the TPS Auto Set was successful, meaning it's calibrated the minimum and maximum throttle positions so that when it's registering our throttle position movement, everything is going to be correct. So this is probably the very first thing you have to do once you've uploaded the file. Okay, let's click OK right there. The next thing we need to do here is go and check our sensor data, making sure that our sensor data is going to be valid and accurate. We're going to go in here to USB link. That's going to allow us to communicate and get online with the ECU. Right now we're in the offline mode, even though we are connected to the ECU. What we can see here down in the sensors tab, it allows us to take a look at some things. Now, first thing we can see here, RPM is showing stall. The engine's not running. That's fine. TPS, we see right now it's showing 0 off the throttle. If I go ahead and give it a little bit of throttle here, we should see that it picks that up, and it does. There goes the 100% throttle, come all the way off, and it is capturing my throttle movement. So that looks good that it is calibrated right. So we want to see off throttle, it's 0, on throttle, it's 100. If it isn't, go do the TPS Auto Set process again we just covered. Next thing we see here, we have our map pressure. This is showing 95 kPa. Now, I'm about sea level at my shop. I'm about 300 feet above sea level. This is approximate to what it should read. Ideally, if we're at sea level, it should read 100 kPa. That means the map sensor is calibrated right. Now, what we could do here is go into our sensor information. So if we take a look right now, it's showing sensor ICF here. That's blocked out. It's not allowing me to select it. I have to get off the online mode and break that communications link. I could go into the offset and change that and actually go and offset it by 5 kPa, which will make this 100 kPa on key on engine off, make the map sensor read a little bit more accurate. If I actually go here to online, let's go ahead and try that real quick. Let's go to sensors, under the map, under the offset. If I change this to 5 kPa right here, go back into the USB link, we're gonna have to go and send that to the ECU.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.